Oh hey viewers, so this is another commentated video. You guys are lucky. I'm kind of getting into the habit of making these now, just because, well, not much happened in this race. It was kind of one of my worst races in a while, so I just cut out a huge amount of it because there was nothing to watch. So yeah, this won't be as long of a video because I screwed up a lot. So the race was really long, so even though I had the share settings on my PS4 to be an hour long, it still cut out a good part of the beginning. So we'll run through the grid here as filler material. And you can see there, I qualified 16th, not that great. Catalunya is a quote-unquote new circuit for me. I never really drove on it before, maybe just for circuit experience, but that's about it. So I had to learn the course over the past couple days and wasn't feeling very competitive, and you can see that I even have the cones turned back on because I could not find braking points or apexes on half these corners to save my life. So we're going to get started here as we run through. We get the phenomenal chicane start. I really hope Gran Turismo 7 does not have that because that is by far kind of ridiculous in my opinion. But anyway, so we start off here, and you can see I'm on racing softs even though in the back, and that's actually a mistake. I went to the bathroom and came back and forgot to change my tires. So I only took part in this race as we go up into 15th here using the draft and the toe and getting the better exit out of the chicane. But I only started this race because even though I was uncompetitive, I thought, hey, it's a strategy race. There's some fuel saving involved possibly. And also, you know, there's at least 2 stops probably, so maybe I can get the upper hand on strategy, because strategy seems to fall into my favor in all these races. But yeah, I kind of ruined that. So yeah, so I was already kind of thinking this race isn't going to go that well, and I don't know if it was a self-fulfilling prophecy, an experience, mistakes, or what. But you know, that's all my racer excuse. You're not a real race car driver unless you have an excuse. So Senna says if you don't go for the gap, you're no longer a racing driver. And I say if you don't have a handy book of excuses ready for why you sucks, then you're no longer a racing driver. But anyways, you can see here we're coming up on the back of PX Cam 20, and we also get a track limits penalty, which I think was from running wide at turn 9 there, even though it really didn't serve to bend for me. And you can see that we get dive bombed by Justin, and then Bam Bloodstain comes in, follows him through, and then dive bombs Justin into turn 11, turn 12, and so I lose 2 places right there. But anyways, we were on the back of PX Cam 20, but not anymore because I braked to not go into the back of them. Justin made a dive bomb move, fair enough, and then Bam Bloodstain made another dive bomb move, and it was kind of a compounding dive bombing there. So we're back down to 17th, but we do have a nice gap to the person behind us. You can see there it's about 2.5 seconds. So now I'm just focusing on trying to reel the places ahead back, and I think Justin was acknowledging the dive bomb, so I don't know, but I wasn't mad at that. Like, I mean, that's one of those corners where the ideal line is super wide in, so you leave yourself vulnerable to attacks. So I mean, it's just a racing thing, and honestly, if Bam didn't come in make it a 3 wide into there, we would have been fine. So it's whatever. But anyways, so you know, hopefully I should be, you know, closing up on these people because most of them are on mediums because they remember to change tires, unlike me. But yeah, so as I was saying, I was just trying to get as much space as possible before I serve this half-second penalty. And again, like I get it, I went off track, but at the same time, I don't really think I gained anything out of it because there's sand in that runoff area. Like it slows you down slightly. So, but I mean, whatever. The penalty system is penalty system. I mean, I get track limit ones make more sense, but I still think that the track limit penalty should be only if you gain an advantage, because I certainly didn't get an advantage through there, in my opinion. But you know, I could also be wrong. So, anyways, Justin passes us around into turn 10. Nothing I can do about that. Tried to stay on the inside to defend, but yeah. So we skip ahead now to lap 3 into turn 10 again, and you can see that Justin and PX Cam are fighting a bit. And you can see there that Andre Sav, who started up ahead, as you saw in the earlier, is ghosted. Something happened to them. I don't really know what happened. I haven't gone through the replay, but I kind of got off the gas lower than on the gas because I was debating if I should try to go through them or not. I decided to go full send and went through them. Luckily, they stay ghosted long enough for that to happen. Otherwise, I would have ended in disaster, but yeah, so anyways, we're kind of head now to lap 4 into turn 4, and you see our little New Jesse, they actually started really high up too, and now they're back behind us. I couldn't get past them, and honestly, I didn't really want to because they're much faster than me, but I go up the inside anyway since we're side by side, and I think they're taking it a little cautiously because they had dirty tires, because they exited that a little slower than I thought they would, and that's kind of put me on the back foot into turn 7, which is possibly my least favorite corner. As you see there, I go wide into it because I just can't find rhythm through there. But anyways, I back off the gas to let Andre South through because I know they're faster than me. There's no point in me holding them up and trying to defend. So now we got Dre 1EL GT, who was quite a ways back on our rear bumper now, and so we're going to go ahead and take the racing line because they're not close enough and they stay behind us sensibly. So good racing there. And we're just going to go ahead and continue on. As you see there, they're lurking on the radar, but nothing much is happening. And so we're going to come into the chicane area, which again, it's not an area I'm particularly good. As you say there, I go a little wide, so you can go over that you can go over both of the sausage curbs if you want. However, that first sausage curb is a little steeper than the second one, so I try to avoid the first one and go over the second one, just because the first one has kind of screwed me up a couple times in practice races. So as you can see there, Dre 1EL has the slingshot on me, and I believe they pitted earlier. So, but I hit my braking point, they hit a braking point, they're on the inside, I let them through. And JWP Texas 88's behind us, and this caught me off guard because they had a lot more pace than I did. And if you saw earlier, they pitted pretty early, and I didn't realize that. So they're behind us now, and they're a good guy, good person. They're on the GT platforms like I am, and I didn't want to hold them up too much just because I know they're faster than me. So they gave me a little tap because I was slow, because I'm slow around here. So I was planning to let them through on the straight between turns 9 and 10, just because I figured they'd be much faster than me through this little complex here that I'm absolutely terrible at. So I actually kind of take it decently this time, as you see there. And JWP is lurking at my radar, so I figure, okay, cool. And you see they pull up really close, so I figure, okay, they're going to slingshot and go past me, but they don't actually. So I'm not sure if they're fuel saving or what, but hey, if you see this video of JWP, you want to let me know what's going on. But anyways, as you can see there, I run a little wide out of turn 10, and this part of the track is actually not that bad for me. I've kind of learned that this turn just goes on forever, and you have to be patient with the throttle. But anyways, I figure, okay, so now JWP will go through on the straightaway, and I'll let them through. Again, there's no point in me fighting too much with them because they're faster than me. I'm just going to lose time. Also, at this point, my tires are dying, so I was going to run 7-lap stint on the soft. So as you see there, I flashed my indicator because I'm just saying, hey, I'm staying on this side. Just go around me on the inside. I'm not going to block you too much. They pull alongside, and then I actually lift off here because I want to let them go ahead. But I think they were fuel saving or something, because they actually don't really go much faster than me through that corner. And so because of that little you go first, or no, you go, I lost a little bit of time. So we're going to skip ahead now to the beginning of lap 7, and now PRST Moto is catching up to us, and that's not surprising because my tires are dead now. I mean, I could go on with it, but they're showing signs of age, and at this point, I don't know how fast they are. I'm not sure why they're behind us, so I decided to take a defensive line through turn 3, and I go defensive into turn 4. However, they are actually able to hang it around the outside here, and we actually go side by side through turn 4. So good driving here, and now they have the inside for turn 5. So, and they actually managed to pull ahead too. So I go ahead and brake. I try to get a cutback on them, but I just don't have the grip available anymore, and they go ahead and take the place. So I try to go ahead and use them as a slipstream to save a little fuel, but PX Cam 20 is right behind us. They pitted already, so they're on fresher tires. I'm on these dead racing softs. So they poke up the inside here. I go kind of late because I want to get a better run out here, and I figured they wouldn't make the move through there anyways. I don't think that's a passing corner, but again, I don't try this track much, I can't say. But anyways, we are able to pull alongside PRST because we have to buy our exit, but we end up running wide on the outside, and PX Cam 20 is on my inside. I just let them through because again, my tires are dead. They probably have better pace than me anyways. So XX Medax is now behind us, and I'm not too concerned because I'm pitting at this lap. So I mean, as long as they're just behind me, then I don't care, because I don't think they're going to try to lunge through here, because I haven't seen it pass through that chicane in this race yet. So you can see PRST Moto and we peel off into the pits, as well as some other people, including Medax behind us. So since I screwed up my strategy, I decided to go into the mediums now, and because I had enough fuel for this stint, which I planned to do for 6 laps, I decided not to refuel. I guess PRST Moto decided to do a little refueling because I jumped them by quite a sizable amount, about 7/10 of a second, when I was about, what, a second and a half behind them going into the pits. So I think, okay, cool, game on. We're on fresh tires now, so we can go ahead and have a little battle. But you'll see here in a minute that that wasn't meant to happen. As I head into turn 4, they're closing up behind us, and I take my normal braking point like I would if I was on warmed up fresh soft tires, and you can see that doesn't exactly translate to cold medium tires. So yeah, I just lose a place there, and that was that. So down in 19th now, and things couldn't get worse. I thought, I'm like, okay, I'm ahead of one person, right? But then lap 9, coming out of turn 3, I don't think I actually touched the grass. I thought I did, because I thought I felt the car rotate, so I corrected, but that correction just sent me into the wall instead. So now I have damage. I'm in 20th place. I have dirty tires. I'm headed into my most favorite turn complex in the game. So it was kind of just game over from there. So I'm, you know, like I said, not much else happened during the race. We're going to skip ahead now. Final lap, 20 out of 20 place, 20 out of 20 laps, finishing, what was that, 50-some seconds behind the leaders. If I didn't make that mistake and I didn't get the penalty, I may have been able to fight for maybe 16th or so. But yeah, that I wasn't fighting for anything above maybe 15th place at max. So I saw some of the people that I was fighting with, they were close to the top 10. So maybe I could have gotten high up, just because I'm pretty sure people were making mistakes and all that. But yeah, so anyways, that's the end of this race. It's not really more of a highlights, it's more of a lowlights in a way. But yeah, so the racing quality was pretty fun while it lasted. But yeah, so anyways, I will see you guys in the next video, and hope you have a good rest of your days, or nights, or afternoons, evenings, mornings, whatever. So yeah, like and subscribe if you like this content. Don't do that if you don't like it. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Oh, bye, viewers.